Okay, good morning out there. Let's make sure we're operating at peak efficiency. Checking, checking. Okay, we're good. Good morning. Excited about this one. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name's Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, estate sales, front yards, backyards, side yards, in houses, out houses, uptown, downtown, all around town. Trying to make a few extra bucks online. Today's a good day. This weekend was a good haul with some good sales as well. What I'm going to do is go over the sales and then go over the fines. And then Wednesday, Thursday, probably going to do a live lookup stream and go through a bunch more of things one at a time because I got real work I got to do. So that's what we're going to go through this morning is the good stuff. Anyway, all right, sales. Start off. Jeans. Pretty flowery girl jeans. 16 bucks. Code blue. I don't know. These sat for a little bit. Glad I sold them. I think I've been doing okay with jeans lately. Finding, I'm basically grabbing every pair of Levi's I find at like a buck or less. So, and that tends to kind of work. So, that's the best usually I can find. I found the other couple good brands this weekend, but it's hard to come by in this town. So, next up, another $16 sale is A.W. Tozer. Tozer Speaks 2-volume set. This one for 16 bucks. Thought this would go for a little bit more. Tozer has a book, a devotional book that's really good that everybody should probably read. But this is Tozer Speaks. So 2 hardcovers, 16 bucks. Not bad. That's been sitting a while too, so I'm glad that's sold. Next up, where is that? I got a massive haul of a big haul of I'll show you of game manuals and some of the ones that are supposed to go in the box. And these can sell okay. A lot of these can. I got a big batch of ones that are I think sell in the $5 to $10 range. 5 to 15, some even up to 15 bucks, depending on the game. This is a Final Fantasy anthology booklet. This went for 9 bucks. So they cost me maybe $1 a piece. So I got a big haul of that stuff, including this one for Final Fantasy VIII strategy guide. This one's beat up, still went for 20 bucks. So this was a good haul that day. So I think I spent 20 bucks at the sale, maybe 30, and I've already got most of my money back. So, and this sold within hours at this price and this condition. And I don't know that I could have gotten 25 for it, maybe. But I think whoever gets it in the door is going to realize, oh, this one's a little war. But anyway, keep an eye out for RPG video game strategy guides. Those are the ones probably worth the most. Ones that are out of print, ones for old games, those are the ones worth grabbing. So same with these instruction manuals. If you find a stack of them and they're for RPGs, they're worth a quarter to 50 cents a piece picking up. That's about what I paid for these. And all right, finally, the good sale. The other day I hit an estate sale and he had a stack of train books, not model train books, like real train history, photograph books, and all that. I sold one like this for 35. It was kind of in the same series. This one, Central of Georgia Railway, this one went for $65. So, really hyper specific train books, just about any hobby. Stuff that gets real hyper specific, hyper local is worth grabbing because these things are limited print runs, likely. So they're going to be hard to find, particularly if they're out of print. This type of stuff, maybe only able to find it in like local museums, that sort of thing. So be on the lookout for stuff like this. So because that went for 65. So that was a good day there. Okay, on to the finds. This week was good week of finds. I think I spent probably pushing 300 bucks on finds, which is a big spend. Like if I break 50, it's usually kind of unheard. And I spent I think 300 bucks, 200 of it at least at this one sale, where I picked up a couple hundred, I think, action figures from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, particularly 80s and 90s. A lot of this is thing from like the 1990s Marvel superheroes line, a lot of those. This is one of the ghost guys from Ghostbusters, ton of Ghostbusters, including I think a handful of possibly rare figures in there. I'm not too educated on the Ghostbusters lines, so I don't know specifically what I have, but I was able to. This is a duck from the Ace from the Ninja Turtles line, so a ton of those. Here's a bag of vintage, like late 90s Power Ranger stuff, which tends to hold value pretty well. I think there's a flip head in here. The Zords from that era tend to be the more valuable ones. Let's see. This bag. This is a Headmaster's Transformer that I didn't look up. It was in a bag by itself for $5. That's probably a $30 to $50 figure. My favorite of all time toy line, they had a handful of figures of. That's Lex Luthor and Red Tornado of the Superpowers action figure line. This is my favorite toy line of all time. If I had to get rid of my collection and everything I had, these are the last to go. That's which I'm never anticipating having to do. But what I own is probably worth $1,000, $1 to $2 grand of my own personal collection of those figures. They even had. I'm not going to open them up. This is going to be a teaser for the live stream later. If you know what this is, you're probably laughing right now, because this is one of the most hysterical, goofiest action figures of all time, and I'm not going to tell you about them until that stream. This is a $50 figure, a $50 Punisher figure from the 1990s. There's a reason, and it's kind of hysterical and vulgar at the same time. I'll just put it that way. All right. Finally, like the big fun score from that. This is the Technodrome from the original Ninja Turtles line. Not this. This Superman is not Superpowers. That's a late 80s, early 90s Superman. This I've got a group that I'm a part of that I'm gonna see if I can't sell this in. There's bits and pieces on this that are worth parting out that are like 10, 20, 15, $30 pieces. There's a couple of pieces I need to scrounge and see if I can't find. There's a giant eyeball that went on the top of it that I didn't see. I don't know if it's in there or not. So we'll see where we come out with that. But fun play set, ton of Ninja Turtles, tons of Ghostbusters, and a big smattering of other 1990s, late 90s stuff. So all in all, a real good day. I think I bought resale. I'm going to gross about 600 bucks. I'll net out $200 to $300 with everything I got. I even got a box of hymnals from my church they were getting rid of. I was like, yeah, I'm taking those. My pastor had no problem letting me have them, and that's another huge find that that's going to bring out a ton of benefits. So that's what I have. That's what's going on. Tune in Wednesday, Thursday. I got some real work I got to do today and over the next couple of days. A project I need to get done before I jump on this. Like, that makes me more money because it's my real job. And I will, at that point, Wednesday, Thursday, be on the lookout for a live stream where I start pulling stuff out and we start looking it up. And if there's something that you're looking for that's going to possibly pop up in that era, shoot me a message and maybe we can work something out so we ain't got to pay eBay fees on it. Now, a lot of this stuff is probably going to go on the Facebook groups first. I'm a part of a couple of action figure collector groups where this stuff does move pretty good at pretty reasonable prices. So that probably is going to be the first place I go with them. So because I think it'll make me a little bit more money than if I do Facebook and use PayPal than it would if I went straight to eBay with some of this stuff. So that's my plan. And we all know what Michael Tyson says about plans. That being said, like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you next time.